Throughout the One Day Cup, the Cricket Draft will be providing game week reviews, game week previews, and any breaking news that happens throughout the tournament. So make sure you are subscribed to the Cricket Draft YouTube channel. It does massively help us out and it will keep you up to date with any news that you need. So it's the last week of the One Day Cup group stages. Now is the time to make those big calls. Are you going to stick with the same players everyone else is picking? Are you going to chase that differential pick to try and climb the leaderboards? I'm all over finding the diamond in the rough this week. I feel like there's a couple to find. It's been that kind of competition where the expecting the unexpected could pay off big. Gloucestershire are through to the semi-finals in Group A. Worcestershire are through to the playoffs, and it's either Essex or Hampshire who is going to join them. Essex have to win and hope that Hampshire lose. In Group B, Yorkshire are through to the semi-finals and Somerset, Warwickshire and Middlesex are all doing battle for playoff spots. It's going to be a very exciting day. We have 8 more matches in game week 10, all starting at 11 o'clock, although we don't have that luxury of being a Sunday this time. So you might have to take a little 5 minutes away from your work just to make sure you've got all 11 players playing. Note that this game week you only get 3 free transfers, but you do get 6 in game week 11 and the playoff round of 2 fixtures. In terms of the weather, looks absolutely fine. A few showers about, but nothing too serious. Derbyshire are out and only have 1 win throughout the whole competition. Essex are the form team in the competition at the moment. Can they do it? They win in their last 5 games and still qualify. Tom Wesley is the second highest point scorer in this year's competition and barely anyone is talking about him. 443 runs and 7 wickets is seriously good stuff. Caleb Jewell scored 113, 39, 77 and 98 in his last 4 knocks. We take it back. Montgomery wasn't the better option in game week 9. We might have got that one slightly wrong. Essex lose Camphor from the squad again, but they do have Paul Walter back in. Derbyshire have Hayden back in and with Reese still out. Simon Harmer has played 4 games for Essex and is already the 5th highest point scorer in this game. It's ridiculous. His lowest score is 187 points. He averages 246 points a game. He's been my captain last week and probably will be this week as well, with Essex really needing to win this game. Zach Chappell didn't have a good game week 9, but it's only the second time he's really missed out this season. People will be looking in his won't be looking in his direction now that Derbyshire are out. So could be a good option to bring him in if it works for you or your future planning doesn't suffer. Our prediction, Essex are going to win this one. Glamorgan are going to be desperate to register a win as they are rock bottom, and Leicestershire were so close so often but just couldn't quite get through to the knockout stages. Kieran Carlson has scored over half his points in game week 1 but is still Glamorgan's top point scorer. Leicestershire have had 6 players who have scored over 550 points but no one that scored over 700. This has probably been the difference between a couple of wins and losses. There's no news for Glamorgan as of yet, so make sure you are following us on X for all of those updates. For Leicestershire, no Scriven and Mike due to injury, and Cox has been called up for the 100. Shah Massoud has hit form as he tends to run hot. 350s and a ton in his last 5 digs. Asa Tribe is also a man with a 43, a 71 and a maiden list a ton in his last 3 innings. Our prediction for this one, Glamorgan stay winless, unfortunately, and Leicester are going to win this. Gloucestershire lost for the first time against a resurgent Essex in the last game. Would be desperately trying to make sure they don't lose momentum going into those knockout stages. Hampshire have had a good run and just have to win this game. You've got to say that Essex are going to win theirs, so if they lose, they're going to be in real trouble. Bracey is number 1 on the point scoring charts at the moment, and he comes up against Nick Gubbins, who is number 3. 2 big hitters in this game. For Gloucestershire, everyone is in the squad as expected, other than Miles Hammond once again being unavailable. Kyle Abbott, James Fuller, Brad Will and Brandon McMullen are all unavailable, with Keith Barker and Toby Albert coming in to the 13-player squad. We highlighted him last week. Jack Taylor is still only owned by 3.4% of Cricket Draft players, yet is the 13th highest point scorer. What a differential pick he could be. We all know that Gubbins, and with other senior players out, Hampshire will need his runs big time tomorrow. Gloucestershire to win and leave Hampshire hoping that Essex lose. Kent have improved since the start of the season, but will be disappointed with only 2 wins so far. Yorkshire are top and have 6 wins from 7 games. Ben Mayers is the second best value player under 6.5 million in the entire tournament, behind just Rob Lord. He is firing at 133 points per million so far. Emmanuel Huck has scored another ton last time out, his third of the competition. Unreal run of form that he's had. For Kent, no Everson, Stewart or Quinn, but Joe Denley is once again selected. There is no Yorkshire team news, so once again, follow us on X, you'll get all the updates on there. Revis was back and scoring points. He's in the form of his life at the moment, and him disappearing to the 100 of a couple of weeks, people might not be bringing him back just yet. Jane Denley seems to be having really found his feet, scoring over 100 points 3 times this season. Prediction for this game, Yorkshire are just going to have too much. They've looked too strong all tournament. Lancashire have just 1 win from 7, and Middlesex have just kept going where some might falter. They are 5 wins from 7. Aravind Shetty remains Lancashire's top point scorer, with the likes of Harris, Bohannon, Balderson all returning under 600 points in the tournament so far. Ryan Higgins just appeared from nowhere. My favourite player in the world just literally came into the squad and I completely missed it. He would have been in my side. He is my captain every single week for the county championship, so you better believe I've brought him in for this week. Those who were quick enough to get him, I wasn't one, and could afford him, were rewarded immediately. 296 points. He's a ridiculous cricketer. Like a cricket draft legend. We talk about Barclays men or Blast men. He is a cricket draft man at heart. He really is. As quick as he's appeared, he's then disappeared. Higgins and Gohart are back with their 100 teams for the Middlesex side. So I brought him in. I'm going to have to take him out already. Relatively upset. I just thought, my favourite cricketer coming back. I thought, why has he got to go back to the 100? We need him in the premium white ball competition of August. No Aspinwall or Williams for Lancashire, but the rest of the squad remains unchanged. Jack Blatherwick returned for game week 9 and took 4 for 48. If you have transfers in hand and know what you are doing for the knockouts, then he could be a really good shout for a differential pick. Brooks missed out last game points-wise, but has still been so consistent throughout this tournament so far. Our prediction for this one, Middlesex win. Somerset have done brilliantly throughout the whole competition, considering the amount of tweaking that have had to be done in their starting 11s. They are 5 wins from 7. Northants have not done brilliantly. They sit rock bottom of Group B. Jack Leach played in game week 9 and took 2 for 37. Jahal sat out Northants' last game, but Ravi Bopara played, which is always nice to see. His first List A game since 2019, I think. Leach, Green, Ogborn all in, but no Pretorius or Davey for Somerset, and Northants squad hasn't come out once again. Follow us on X, you'll get all the updates on there. Rob Keogh moved up the order to number 4 and hit a good 60. If he stays there, he's still a good option. It has to be Tom Lammonby from Somerset. I brought him in last week and was rewarded for that. If he doesn't get runs, he'll get wickets. He's in some serious form and he's going to carry Somerset to victory in this one. Warwickshire have won their last 3 games that are very much in the mix. Sussex have been the nearly men of 2025. They constantly looked like they might, then they didn't and couldn't quite qualify for the knockout stages. Mr. One Day Cup Ed Barnard hit form once again. For those that kept faith, he repaid you handsomely. The only time he's got over 150 points in 2025 so far, he went big with 331 points. Danny Lamb has barely had a mention since game week 2, yet he sits at the top of Sussex point scoring charts. Warwickshire are unchanged and the Sussex squad news hasn't quite come out yet. Once again, follow us on X, you'll get all the information there. Michael Booth scores 70 points plus points in 5 out of 6 of his games. Is a really good pick. And also just scores really quick runs at the bottom of the order, and that's what you want in a bowler when I'm picking my team. So I've got him in my team. Sean Hunt is a very good bowler. Only 0.3% owned, is a great differential pick. Prediction for this one is going to be a Warwickshire win. Worcestershire have been fantastic. They are through to the knockout stages with 5 wins from 7. Surrey haven't been as good, but they did get a morale boosting in the win in the last game. A few youngsters have certainly put in some eye-catching performances, which when they're missing so many players is probably what Surrey wanted to take out of this competition. Shazad and Taylor were rested for last game. Worcestershire have depth in their squad. Ralphie Albert scored 299 points in game week 10 and at 4.2 million. That is serious value. Worcestershire have made plenty of changes to their squad with Shazad, Taylor, Roderick in, but Brooks, Waite, Allison and Home are all out. Surrey going unchanged. If Tommy Taylor plays, you pick him. He's just so good. Been incredible in 2025. It feels like we tell you every single time he might be in the team, but just get him in there. He's been on an incredible run of form. For Surrey, it's Ralphie Albert. He's shown himself to be a genuine all-rounder in both the games that he's played so far and looks very exciting, and he's such a cheap option. Prediction for this one, Worcestershire win. It might just have a little bit too much for a young Surrey side.